Welcome to this week's episode of the Rantoul Roundup, where we round up the news so you don't have to. In this week's episode, I have two wonderful, amazing friends of mine who are going to be talking to us about some amazing things. I've got Gabe Lewis here from RPC. He's going to talk with us about safe routes to school. Safe routes to school. I said it like that. And Bike to Work Day, which is coming up this Thursday. And then I have the lovely Miss Kim from ETs, and Kim's going to be talking to us a little bit about their story and how they've progressed over time and what they have to offer and what we can be looking forward to in the next few months at ETs. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the end. Welcome back to the Roundup, everybody. Today, I have one of my favorite people in the whole entire universe with me. That's because we go back. Not Rantoul back.
Yeah, but
college.
Pretty far back.
Yeah, pretty far back. He's my fam. Gabe Lewis from the RPC is here with me today, and we're going to talk a couple of... Sorry, for those of you who don't know what RPC is,
it's
the Regional Planning Commission. I'm always afraid that I'm going to say something else other than commission.
I even wore it on my shirt.
Yeah, I know.
So you can
Guys, I'm literally staring at the logo on his shirt. So Gabe and I have been friends since college days, and he's worked at Brookins for the RPC for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk with us about safe routes to school and Bike to Work Day.
Yep.
So go ahead, give us some info. What do you want us to know as a village?
Okay. Well, thanks for having me, first of all.
Of course.
Yeah. And I'll give a plug at the beginning. Bike to Work Day is next Thursday, September 14th. And I'll come back to that in a second. What I'm here for tonight is I'm going to present to the village board about the Safe Routes to School plan for Ader Junior High.
Okay.
So we're coming to the end of this process. We did Safe Routes to School plans for the 4 elementaries back in 2019, 2020.
Yep.
And then the village said, hey, we want to look at the junior high too and try to figure out how we can improve a little bit of the traffic circulation and, help kids walk or bike to school if they want to. So we've come up with a list of recommendations of improving the physical infrastructure around the school and recommendations that the school can do and parents, things like walk to school day. There's an international event at the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Bike to school day, walking school buses, which is where adults and families get together, and kids who want to walk to school in a group, they can figure out where a organized group will help them walk to school, pick them up.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's just removing the school bus, but the same kind of thing. Bike trains is the same thing too, just organizing an organized ride to school.
How do you feel the already completed projects? Do you feel like they're going well? Do you guys circle back after you're done with them and check in on them, or? We
try to. I do think the projects are going well. So Northview got a Safe Routes grant and built a new path in front of the school, and then Pleasant Acres got a Safe Routes grant, so they'll be building. I believe they'll be reconstructing the path that goes south of the school, and then there's also another grant through IDOT for Veterans Parkway to build a shared use path on the east side of town that kind of gets close to Pleasant Acres.
Okay.
So yeah, we're able to do traffic counts. We count not only cars but bicycles and pedestrians every so often. We have it as a recommendation to do it every 5 years. So yeah,
that's pretty cool. What else can you tell me about Safe Routes to School before we get into Bike to Work Day?
Sure. So I just wanted to give a plug that if anyone out there kind of wants to get involved, I recommend that you talk to either the school district or the schools themselves, whether it's the principal or PTA, just to see if there's something you can do to help out, like greeting on a walk to school day event or helping with one of those walking school buses or something like that. We just want to make it safe for kids to be able to walk to school or bike to school. Sometimes they don't have a choice if they don't have a parent who can drive them to school. So yeah, we just want to make it
as safe as possible.
Yeah.
And then Bike to Work Day. Thursday.
Yeah.
So when is that this year? You just said it. The 15th? No.
Close. 14th.
14th.
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday the 14th.
Thursday the 14th.
I'm thinking Friday the 15th because that's Glow Golf. That's where my brain is.
And Friday the 15th is our rain date. So
okay. So talk to us a little bit about that and how people can get involved with that.
Yeah. So I'll mention cubikemonth.org is our website. We're also on Facebook, CU Bike Month on Facebook. The push right now is we're registering people for Bike to Work Day, and we've been doing this since 2010. It started out, it's CU because it started out in Champaign-Urbana, but it's expanded to the whole county.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, Village of Rantoul said, hey, we want to host a station up here. Can we do that? And we're like, yeah, for sure. So
do you guys have a station planned?
Yeah.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be on the west side of the tracks downtown.
Okay.
It's Constitution Grove, the gazebo kind of grassy area.
Yep, over by the furniture place.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
But not far from the train station.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so 7 to 10 a.m. They'll have breakfast treats if you register online, or if you ride your bike up there, they should have a paper registration form, just because we want to know how many people are participating. Yeah. It's a short little survey because you can fill out or let us know if you have any problems biking in town or anything you like about biking in town.
Yeah.
We also have t-shirts.
Okay. He's saying that like that because we are both notorious for collecting t-shirts that we do not need, and we make fun of each other for it with all the love in our hearts.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay. T-shirts.
Yeah. So if you go to the registration form, you'll see it, but I can say that the shirt is resembling a very popular movie this summer.
Oh.
It's
is it pink?
It is pink.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I did not mean to scream like that, but that's hilarious. If you haven't picked up on what pink means in popular movie, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think I can help you, but yeah.
Okay, well that'll be cool, and you guys will be right there by the gazebo from 7 to 10. I'm saying all this information over again, so if anybody's interested in doing that, and then tell us where they can go to sign up for this again.
Yep, cubikemonth.org. You can also get daily updates on our CU Bike Month Facebook page.
Oh, because they're fancy like that. Okay. All right. Well, Gabe, thank you so much for coming on with me today. You know I am happy to have you here. It's nice to have my bestie on. You and listeners, you guys know I have my besties on all the time. It's like my favorite people parade. So, but if anybody else wants to come on and talk about events like this or anything like that, please don't be afraid to let me know and reach out to me, and we can get you on to promote your event. And I appreciate, again, Gabe, thanks for being here, honey.
You're welcome. So glad to be here.
We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In this week's business, we're going to call it the Rantoul business segment. Why? Because I haven't really come up with a name for it yet. Guys, I have such a special guest with me. Although all my guests are special, she feeds me. So Kim from ETs is in the house with me today. Kim, how are you doing?
I am fantastic.
It's really great to have you with me. I appreciate you doing this.
Anytime.
Note, Eric is gone, so he doesn't get to come play with us today.
He has no way of knowing what we're saying, what we're doing.
No, unless he listens. That'll be the only way. So I would love for you to tell us a little bit of the backstory of ETs and how it started and how you ended up with it.
Okay. Ended up. Sounds like it was a consolation prize. So ET's we opened about 5 years ago. Originally just just this building. Yeah. And I say this because it's where we're sitting. Yeah. However, no one knows. No one listening can see it.
So the original building.
Original building, we started with a very small bar upstairs, seats about 10, with 5 tables upstairs, plus the mezzanine, plus the lower level. We were open about a year, doing really well. Just kind of, getting our feet wet, getting everything perfected. Things were rolling, doing really well, and then COVID hit. So COVID. That was a game changer for a couple of years. Yeah. So we went to straight carry out and curbside. Made it through that, reopened for a little bit, and then closed for a little bit more. And then once we reopened fully, we just outgrew the space that we had.
Yeah.
So just needed way more room, which told us we were doing something right.
Yep.
So bought the building next door, renovated that from floor to ceiling, and built a much, much bigger bar.
Yep.
I thought that we'd have so much more room for all of the bourbon and rye, and was so excited that everything would have a space, and now we've sort of outgrown that space as well. But yeah, so that's sort of where we are. We do smoke everything in-house. We do pulled pork, brisket. We do great burgers, and for a barbecue joint, we've got fantastic salads.
Yes, very good salads.
So yeah, so we do everything from scratch, with the exception of one or two things. We've always kind of wanted to be a little unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, for a small town place, we want everybody that walks in the door to feel welcomed and appreciated, and it's been a really cool 5 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so. For listeners who don't know me personally, I spend a lot of time in here. I have my own favorite meals that are go-to meals that I get made fun of for. And
lots of people order a side of salami with their grilled cheeses. It's fine.
I keep saying if the salami didn't taste so good, I wouldn't have to order it, but it's really good salami. So you'll catch me not behind, but at the bar with Kim. Sometimes we'll make some fun drinks, or I'll come in and have a meal. And of course, Dane, my brother from another mother, is here, and Dane comes with the building, as we say.
Yes.
So we love coming in to see Danish, as we love to call him, and check on him and see how he's going. But Kim, let's talk a little bit about those specialty drinks and about your collection of alcoholic beverages.
Which every time I do inventory, I say to myself, we need to cut back. And occasionally, but then something new comes in, or something unique comes in, and we want to be able to feature that, and we want people to come in and
try it.
Yeah, and I love nothing more than when I get something new.
Yeah.
And I go, oh my God, you guys, we got this. We're going to play with this.
Yes.
And then we come up with something.
Play days are my favorite days.
Yeah.
I love when I come in and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to show you. We got to try this here. Plop, it's right in front of me. Yes, I love those days.
And, we go, we're very much bourbon people, very much rye whiskey people. We've got a great collection. I don't think you'll find anything like our bourbon collection around here. And that's part of the fun, having people come in that, might know a little bit or might have tried a lot of different things, and helping people find something that they like is fun, because there's really no wrong or right answer.
Yeah.
I've always wanted us to not be a bourbon snob, a wine snob, because everybody's tastes are so different, and my tastes are different. There might be there's a bourbon that I like to drink during the summer. There's one that I like to drink during the fall. So I think it's fun to try new things.
Yeah, and to see how it goes.
I rarely, if ever, drink what I call girly drinks anymore. And I came up with the most ridiculous purple drink that's topped with cotton candy, and if you would have told
really good cotton candy,
it's oddly good. They make cotton candy for cocktails, and I didn't know that. But that's part of the fun of the food and restaurant business. Is that you can try new things, and you can see what works and see what your customers like. So
so let's talk about some of the other things that you guys have to offer other than in restaurant dining, because you guys do catering too, and I don't feel like as many people know about the catering. What kind of catering have you guys been up to lately?
We do a ton of catering. We've done everything from breakfast to lunches to full-on dinners. We've catered for 40. We've catered for 800. Again, one of our really popular things is our slider buffet. So giving people a choice, pork, brisket, cracked chicken sliders. So it really kind of depends on what people are looking for. We've got our regular catering menu, but then we've got some really great people in the kitchen. So there's not a lot that we can't make happen. So if it's something that's not on our regular menu, we did a really fun fundraiser for the food bank here in town, and we did wine tasting with individual appetizers for each person, which was really cool because we got to get a little bit fancy. We don't get to get like super fancy a lot, but an individual little shrimp scampi and an individual, braised short rib. So that was really fun. So we do, full on charcuterie trays. We do it all.
Yeah, you do it all, which is really great.
Yeah.
Shout out to the kitchen staff. Rebecca, I love you if you're listening.
Our kitchen manager is unequaled.
Yeah.
I used to joke that if I had to run this place with one other person, I would want it to be Rebecca. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And Eric was out in California, so it was literally just me and Rebecca.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once we reopened, we had to sort of reintroduce ourselves to society because we'd become feral.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of attest to that a little bit. That was about the time I came along. So,
It was just us, and we had to reacclimate to society and its rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a great time. We've been here just about 5 years now.
Yeah.
So we've got great support from the community. We see people 2-3 times a week. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite customers that we see quite a bit. My favorite thing that she's ever said to me is I was like, "We cook for you a lot," and she goes, "Oh, honey," she goes, "The only reason I have a kitchen in my house is because it came with it." So,
some people would say that about me, but I've been branching out lately.
Yeah. So, and when people don't feel like cooking, we're happy to do it for them. But seeing people come in with their families, people come in to celebrate a birthday. We've had weddings, we've had engagements, we've had funeral dinners here. So seeing people come together and I've said it probably a million times. There's something nice about feeding people.
Yeah.
People come in, we bring them food.
Yeah.
We're all happy.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's happy.
yeah, it's been a cool gig.
Kim, I usually ask the people, what can the community do for you when I have people on? I'm trying to switch that up with businesses a little bit, especially because I think I can visually see how supportive our community is to you guys and what you guys do. So I would just say, keep coming, stop in, say hello, do all those things. But we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. You guys kept a lot of people fed during the pandemic. So thank you guys for everything that you've done. Thank you and Eric and Rebecca and the girls. Your wait staff is amazing. So I'm kind of partial to them. They're all like little sisters to Dane and I. So, we are very partial to those girls, but there's really a sense of family here. And I appreciate it. It's very dysfunctional.
It's super dysfunctional.
100%. But we love you guys.
But at the end of the day, it's still a place where people know you and people appreciate you and people are going to take you in and feed you.
And it's such a wonderful, safe, beautiful space to have fun and to build those relationships. And I think you and I are a testament to that. We've been able to build our fun friendship over that the last couple of years. So,
absolutely.
But thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
As always, thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you learned a little something new in this episode and it motivates you to find an ulterior way to get to work one day, whether you take a walk or ride a bike or maybe a scooter, some way to be a little bit more physically active out there in the world. And I hope you learned something new about ETs as well that you may not have known before. I know Eric and Kim have been trying so hard to keep us all fed, and they do an amazing job of that. Next week's episode is in the works and going to be on the way in the next few days, so be on the lookout for that. And thanks again for listening. I really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out of your day to be with us. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great week.